Welcome to The Informant, the podcast that talks about anything and everything. We cover from sports, religion, politics, social, you name it. I'm your host as ever, Doc McLeod. So without any further ado, let's delve right into it. Right, good day, my good people. I hope I find you well today. Believing everything has been okay with you. Right, the friction within ZANU-PF, I'm telling you. I don't know where this is going to end up, to be honest. Considering what's happening, you are thinking, right, because there's this pressure from the M31, you are expecting the sitting Lacoste team to be making sure that things are in order. But like I always say, that this is a ZANU-PF in-house divide. So you should know that it used to be a family and people used to be sort of like related or very close. So it's becoming a sort of like a difficult moment where you've got to disengage from certain people to show your allegiance to whoever you are following. And in the process, some are suffering serious consequences. They are being eliminated from certain positions. They are being ignored. They are no longer being included in certain programs. So all that is causing a lot of friction. Two things and two characters that I want to talk about here. The first character is the person of Honorable Patrick Chinamasa. Remember, he is the very man who broke the news that the sitting president, he actually had conversation with him. He spoke to him in person. He actually had to pay him a visit on more than one occasions, trying to find out if he was interested to be in the sitting position of presidents until 2030, when that issue and the agenda was being pushed. He reiterated that he spoke to the president, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and he was notified, told or informed that he was not interested in continuing until 2030. But you should know that the Vision 2030, it is believed that the sitting president is the one who is carrying it. And he wants to see it right through up to 2030. Although it's something that has just been muted on, it doesn't mean to say that it's something that's now dead. It's all because of the frictions, and that's why I say these hashtags, you see them disappearing, of which they have. But still, the Agenda 2030 to the vision still stands. So looking at this Patrick Chinamasa, who is a senior within ZANU-PF, these were the first ministers within the time of the late Robert Gabriel Mugabe, the late president of Zimbabwe. So he's now like an advisor or considered an elder within ZANU-PF. This time he comes again up in arms against the secretary for the Women's League, Hon Chinomona. Reason being, a letter has been saved now to tell him to stop mentioning certain names because there's still some issues that's happening behind the scenes that's still needing the clearance of the Politburo. I will take you up to Manicaland, which is where it all happened. But you must know that certain people, I will give you a good example of one former Minister of State, Apronia Munjerengu. She was the Minister of State for Mashonaland East. She actually had to be relieved of her duties because of her relationship to the VP Vice President, Constantine Chiwenga. She is from the same area. So for that reason, she was seen not to be supporting the sitting president and was known now to be going on to the side of the VP. So she was relieved of her duties. She resigned. She was told, or she was actually removed from being the Minister of State, Mashonaland East. What a lovely friend she was, especially to Honorable Hon Chinomona. Hon Chinomona and Apronia Munjerengu, I know personally, they were very close like this. I know them personally. They were very close like this. They were like mother and daughter, like sisters. They were very, very close, you know. You know, when people gel, you can tell. Those two, I can confess, they used to jail. But because now of the in-house divide, they've actually been made to separate, because one is now said to be alienated to the vice president, Constantine Guvenyika Zino Dominic Chiwenga. So for that reason, Epronia Mndlerengu lost her position. This time it goes now to Manicaland, to Manicaland province. The winner of the elections in Manicaland, in the Women's League, the chairperson for the Women's League in Manicaland is Mrs. Sako. But now the problem is the elections were disputed, because from my understanding, Mrs. Sako is said to be more alienated to the VP, Constantine Guvenyika Zino Dominic Chiwenga, of which now, because of the dispute, the issue was then taken to the Politburo for to be discussed, so that the elections be reviewed. In that context, there is a person that they really wanted on the Honorable Hon Chinomona side. The person they were touting, or they are wanting to be the leader of the Women's League in Manicaland, is Dorothy Mabika. Dorothy Mabika is a favorite of Hon Chinomona, and because of that, and it has been disputed now, so it means to say, if the case is being disputed and has been elevated to be discussed within the Politburo, it means to say there's not supposed to be an announcement of anyone being the leader of that province. But Comrade Patrick Chinamasa did it once again. He announced that, yet he knows that the results are being contested. The results are still being discussed. The results are still being reviewed. And nothing has been fed back yet. So it is not allowed within the party rules that you've got to announce somebody as the chairperson of a disputed election. So for that reason, it has gotten Patrick Chinamasa in hot soup. These are the divides that's running within the ZANU-PF. I don't know, and I'm still trying to find out what could be the best solution for this in-house fight. I don't see it ceasing, to be honest. I see it slowing down before it aggravates again. It seems like it's blowing hot and cold, hot and cold. But as we go, you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of in-party divides and in-party fights. At this point in time, like I said in my previous presentations, that it is high time people are requested to make open declaration on which side they stand, because the divide is now clear, the divide is obvious. Some people are suffering what I call unfortunate victim of circumstances, because they are not opening up, yet they don't belong where they are being placed. This is what I'm beginning to see now. So when we look at people like Mrs. Sako, she's the one who is said to have won the elections for the chairperson of Manicaland Women's League. But Dorothy Mabika seemed to be the favored candidate. She lost in that election. So that's why it has been disputed. You can see the tug of war is there, because it's come to that position, or to that situation, where even the trusted are now starting to be seen as people who are betraying the whole system. So because of that, there's going to be a lot of elimination of a lot of people as we go through. This case, the review should not have taken this long. It should have been done by now. Seeing it being delayed, it means to say there is a lot of technicalities, misunderstandings and disagreements within the system. What I know about the ZANU-PF issue, if a case is taken to the Politburo, it just dealt with as quick as possible. But this one seemed to have taken a long time. So I don't know whether they are going to have to order, after their findings, I don't know whether they're going to have to order for the elections to be rerun again, or there's going to be just an open declaration. It's going to cause a lot of tension, to be honest. It's not helping, considering the state of ZANU-PF as of now. because of what has been leaked and been put on the public domain, which has made some people like us to start to comment things about politics, something that we never used to. We always used to go there to all these places quietly, meet all these people quietly, but because everything is on public domain, you are trying to control the damage, but it seems as if the damage is now beyond control. Let's see where it's gonna take people to. But from what I'm seeing, from my own personal analysis, this is not looking good. If you start to see fights within women, you know naturally women are talkative. Before you know it, a lot is going to be said. Mark my word, a lot is going to be said if this is not handled properly, because the tensions are very high. Mrs. Sapp is believing that she's the winner of the elections, but the preferred candidate, Dorothy Nabika, is still standing very strong because she's having the backup of people like Honorable Hon Chinomona. So as long as the elections are disputed, I don't see any peace within that side of the story, within that side of the nation, the Manicaland area. Let's see how it goes. I'll continue to feed you up with more information and more updates about the frictions within the ZANU-PF. People say you're a ZANU-PF person. I don't even mind. I don't care, you know. But if I do the same thing that I'm doing into the ZANU-PF in-house fight, if I do it within the opposition, you will see that it will not be good. It will unsettle you. But with time, I'm going to have to step on the other side as well and tell you what's happening behind the scenes. Because it's good I speak to almost everyone. It's good I speak to so many people. I get all this information. So all I do is just feed you with the correct information. But as of now, this is the tension within the Women's League. Stay blessed.